Hello everyone and welcome back to Sister Wives. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and tap the like to help our channel. You won't want to miss what we're talking about today. Season 19 of Sister Wives might be the saddest time in the show's whole story. For the first time, the Brown family talks out loud about losing Garrison Brown, and you can feel how much it hurts. But that's only part of what's happening. The family is falling apart and everyone is feeling really sad. Each of the sister wives is now living by herself while Robyn stays with Kody. Mary, Janelle, and Christine have started their own new lives. It's easy to see that the things that kept the family together are broken. In Kody's own words, having many wives has hit him like a slap in the face. But what does that really mean, and how did everything fall apart? Here's where it gets even crazier. Even though they live far away from each other, TLC is bringing All for Women and Kody together in one place for a big tell-all show. If you thought the old reunion shows were crazy, this one is going to change everything. Stick around because you'll want to hear what Christine and Janelle say next. In a shocking moment from the tell-all preview, the host Sukana Krishnan asks Christine if she thinks Kody left Mary behind. Her answer is a straight accusation that Kody didn't just leave one wife, he left all three. And that's not all. Christine drops a big surprise about Kody and Robyn's relationship, saying it became romantic way before they got engaged officially. She even shows a cozy engagement photo that hints they were closer than people knew. And when she talks about Kody's weekly 3-hour drives just to see Robyn, she gives a look that says more than words ever could. So when is all this happening? You'll want to write this down. Sister Wives Tell All starts Sunday, May 25th at 1:00 p.m. Eastern Pacific on TLC, hosted by Sukana Krishnan. This 4-part special promises shocking secrets, raw fights, and emotional moments that fans have been waiting for. In each part, Kody will sit down face-to-face with each of his wives. The talks will dig deep into their past, their breakups, and their future. Expect everything from uncomfortable questions to big emotional blow-ups. And yes, at one point Kody even gets mad at Sukana in a moment that shocks both her and everyone watching. Christine's not done yet. She'll be telling even more controversial secrets about Robyn and Kody's relationship. Meanwhile, Janelle and Mary seem ready to finally tell the truth about Kody's behavior, and they're not holding back. The father of 18 kids who usually makes excuses and acts like the victim now faces serious questions and tries to spin the story that he's the one who's been hurt the most. Will viewers believe him? Then in one of the season's most heartbreaking episodes, the Brown family gets ready to say goodbye to Garrison. Garrison, who was only 25, sadly killed himself. While the family has stayed quiet about the details, this season they open up in a deeply sad tribute. Janelle is overcome with sadness as she thinks about her son's life. Even Kody, who usually doesn't show emotions, is seen with tears in his eyes. Watching the Brown kids cry and comfort each other is a painful reminder of how much this loss has hurt them. As they grieve, the audience sees the real truth about mental health problems and family bonds tested by tragedy. This season is not just another chapter. It's a time of facing the truth, a heartbreaking, healing, and powerful moment in reality TV history. You do not want to miss it. So stay tuned, like, subscribe, and get ready because Sister Wives has never been this real. The loss of Garrison Brown keeps casting a heavy shadow over the entire Brown family. In a really sad moment shared in a recent episode of Sister Wives, Mary opened up about how she found out he died, and the timing couldn't have been weirder. It was during her birthday photo shoot that she got a call from Kody. At first she ignored it thinking it wasn't important, but when she finally checked her messages, her heart dropped. The text from Kody simply said that Garrison was gone. Mary didn't wait. She immediately left the shoot saying it was an emergency. She knew Janelle would need her. Mary later shared just how awful it was to see Garrison for the final time. This wasn't just a family tragedy. It was a soul-crushing moment that none of them could have been ready for. The burial of Garrison was maybe one of the saddest things ever shown on Sister Wives. Janelle said that the entire Brown family had come together, but this time not for a party or reunion, but to bury her son. She described the heartbreaking scene. Her children surrounded her, giving quiet comfort as she cried. Kody too was clearly emotional, saying that he would do whatever it took to honor his son's memory. But viewers couldn't ignore the tension just under the surface. Many fans were quick to point out the bad relationship between Kody and Garrison before his death. Some even criticized Kody's past behavior, asking why he didn't honor his son while he was still alive. A really emotional viewer wrote, "My heart just cries for you all," while another painfully said, "Too bad Kody didn't appreciate Garrison when he was here to hear it." The angry responses didn't stop there. Fans were mad to find out that Kody had kept Garrison's photo stored away in the garage. Why couldn't he carry his own son's picture inside? One person complained. The episode hit deep with Meri and Christine, looking emotionally drained as they tried to process a loss that still felt so raw and impossible to understand. Although Garrison's death happened over a year ago, TLC is only now showing the deeply emotional tribute, showing how grief has kept rippling through the family. For the Brown family and their fans, the pain still feels fresh. The idea that such a bright, lively young man could be gone so soon is something no one has truly accepted. This season of Sister Wives marks a big turning point in the long-running series. Gone are the days of shared dreams and living together. Instead, viewers are watching the collapse of a family structure once built on spiritual unity. Now it's grief, distance, and personal change that define the Brown family. For the first time, the show peels back the layers to show not just sadness but a time of facing truth. Kody, once the strong patriarch, now stands alone with only Robyn by his side. In a rare moment of being open, he admitted that the very lifestyle he supported has now betrayed him. It's an admission full of irony and one that shows the emotional fallout from both family loss and marriage falling apart. The women who once shared not just a home but a belief in a shared future have since broken away. Each has carved a separate path far removed from the man they once followed. With a new sense of identity and strength, Meri, Christine, and Janelle now live with clarity and independence, physically, emotionally, and spiritually distant from the life they once knew. Once bound by faith and family, the Browns now live in different worlds. And for viewers, this isn't just a reality show anymore. It's a deeply human story about love, loss, and the courage to start over. Despite the growing difficulty of bringing them together, the producers of Sister Wives have managed to bring the entire Brown family together once more. This time for what promises to be one of the most groundbreaking moments in the show's history. Set within the tradition of the show's emotionally raw tell-all specials, this upcoming event is designed to break down barriers, start fights, and expose the truths that have long simmered beneath the surface. Fueled by weeks of teasers and emotional previews, excitement for the tell-all has reached a fever pitch. Clips hint at explosive secrets and stirring fights, laying the groundwork for what fans expect to be a huge shakeup of the family dynamic. At the heart of this brewing storm is the show's fearless host, known for her calm yet direct approach. In one preview that's already getting attention, she asks Christine a bold question: had Kody truly abandoned Meri? Christine doesn't flinch. Her answer is quick and cutting. She not only confirms that Meri was left behind but expands the accusation to include herself and Janelle, three women who once shared a sacred bond and were now cast aside. Her words, sharp and unapologetic, cut through the tension like a truth too long buried. Then came the moment that changed everything. Christine recalled a photo, seemingly innocent, but for her it revealed a connection deeper than friendship between Kody and Robyn long before their engagement. With a knowing smirk, she questioned the nature of Kody's long drives to visit Robyn every weekend. If it wasn't about physical closeness, she asked, then what was it about? The implication hung heavy in the air, unspoken but undeniable. but that, it seems, is only the beginning. As this special unfolds, each cast member will sit down for their own one-on-one with the host. These intimate conversations promise to unveil raw emotions, personal truths, and the kind of unscripted realness that have come to define the series' most unforgettable episodes. The polished smiles and careful stories will give way to shaking voices and tears. Grief, both personal and shared, will be laid bare for the first time. More than just revisiting past wounds, this tell-all will confront the unresolved pain of Garrison's death, a tragedy that shattered their world. While some details remain private, the family's heartbreak is unmistakable. The grief in their eyes, the shake in their voices, it's a sadness that lingers just beneath the surface forever. Each member will be asked to take responsibility for their role in the falling apart of the family. Some will respond with honesty, others may make excuses, and one in particular will explode. Viewers will witness Kody react with visible anger when faced with hard questions, lashing out at the host in a rare raw moment. Her stunned silence in response only makes the charged atmosphere stronger. Christine is no longer alone in her courage. Janelle has shed her former restraint, stepping into her truth with strength and clarity. And Mary, often the quiet one, has found a voice long held back. Together, they share stories of emotional abandonment, loneliness, and quiet suffering that had previously been hidden beneath polished stories. But make no mistake, this moment is powerful not because of the drama but because of the truth. Gone are the carefully made-up storylines. What remains are the voices of women who have survived heartbreak, reclaimed their independence, and made peace with no longer staying silent. Their words are unscripted, their pain is real, and their courage is obvious. And through it all, a familiar pattern comes back. Kody, the man who once held the family together, continues to portray himself as the victim. While the others open their wounds and accept their flaws, he makes excuses, blaming and complaining as if unaware of the role he played in the family's collapse. This isn't just a season finale. It's a time of facing truth, a farewell, and a rebirth all in one. As the curtain rises on the most emotionally charged chapter yet, fans won't just be watching a television show. They'll be witnessing the end of an era. Kody continues to avoid criticism, shifting blame onto those who now hold him responsible for the family's falling apart. In his view, his devotion to the one partner still at his side has cast him unfairly as the villain. He insists he's misunderstood, mistreated, and misjudged. But the women are no longer willing to let that story stand uncontested. This isn't just a reunion. It's a time of facing truth. The tell-all special is set to forever change how audiences view the Brown family's journey. Through searing secrets, unresolved tensions, and long-awaited realizations, these women emerge not as characters in a shared storyline but as individuals with voices, histories, and wounds of their own. For fans who have followed the family's rise, fragmentation, and eventual collapse, this new season represents both a painful and profound turning point. It's a story of endings and new beginnings, of truths finally spoken aloud, and of individuals finding strength in the decision to break away. Yet no moment in the series has carried as much emotional weight as the loss of Garrison, a vibrant soul whose presence once lit up every room. His untimely death by suicide cast a shadow so deep that no amount of time has truly lifted it. Though months have passed, the sorrow remains raw. The episode that honored his memory peeled back the curtain on a family navigating heartbreak few can understand. In one of the show's most moving episodes, the family gathered to say goodbye, a solemn trip marked not by conflict but by shared grief. United and mourning, they stood together as they prepared to lay Garrison to rest. The air was heavy with sorrow, and the silence between them was filled with unspoken memories and pain too vast to put into words. Janelle, his mother, could barely speak through her tears. Surrounded by her children, she shared stories of his vibrant spirit, each word a tender tribute and a heartbreaking reminder of what they had lost. Her breakdown was a rare glimpse into the depth of her strength, crumbling, yes, but never collapsing, supported by the very children Garrison had grown up beside. Even Kody, often seen as stoic and guarded, let his composure crack in an uncharacteristic show of being open. He cried openly, a raw, unfiltered moment that reminded viewers that even patriarchs grieve. His voice, heavy with regret and love, echoed the truth that no parent should ever have to bury their child. The siblings leaned on one another, forming an emotional support out of shared heartbreak. They had been forced far too early to face the brutal reality of losing a brother, swept away by forces he could no longer fight. But this wasn't just a portrait of grief. It was also one of remembrance and connection. One especially touching account came from Mary, who received the devastating news during what was meant to be a happy moment. While filming for her birthday, she ignored a call from Kody, thinking it could wait. Moments later, a text shattered everything. Garrison was gone. The joy of the day turned instantly to horror. She immediately stopped filming and reached out to Janelle, promising her presence in the unbearable hours ahead. With heartbreaking honesty, Mary recounted the pain of seeing Garrison for the last time, an experience that no parent, no mother should ever have to endure. The family's farewell to Garrison was not just a goodbye, it was a shared cry for healing. They chose to bury him beside a cherished grandmother, a resting place that symbolized love and legacy. As Janelle wept at the graveside, her children held her close, their faces marked with the weight of loss and the reality of a future forever changed. Even Kody, though often criticized, voiced his desire to honor Garrison the best way he knew how. His words, part pride, part sorrow, part apology, were a window into a father trying to make sense of what was lost and what still remains. In the end, this chapter in the Brown family story is about more than grief. It's about what happens when the fake faces fall away, when love fails, when silence breaks, and when the people who once lived under one roof must find their own way forward, no longer bound by faith or structure, but by the hard-earned truths they're finally ready to share. As the family stood together at the graveside, looking across the still solemn landscape, each member wrestled with a huge wave of emotion. The silence spoke louder than words, an unspoken understanding that life would never be the same. The episode touched viewers deeply, sparking an outpouring of sympathy and reflection across social media. Many expressed heartfelt support, acknowledging the family's long and complicated journey, but others could not ignore the tensions that have long simmered beneath the surface. Some criticized the family patriarch, questioning his past actions and the emotional distance that may have contributed to wounds left unhealed. They pointed out that honoring a child in death begins with valuing those who love him in life. Whispers of strained relationships between the young man and his father came back, casting a shadow over the grief. Fans lamented what might have been, how a little more support, a little more connection might have made a difference. One image struck a nerve, a beloved photo of the young man tucked away in a garage instead of displayed proudly in the home. To many it symbolized a deeper, emotional disconnect. Speculation swirled not just about the family's past conflicts but about the lingering questions no one wants to ask aloud. Was enough done? Was he truly seen? Did he feel loved? Two of the women, visibly shaken, struggled to hold back tears, mourning not only the loss of a son and brother but perhaps the missed chances to protect him. Their grief was raw, real, and achingly familiar to anyone who has faced sudden loss. That viewers are only now seeing these moments months after they happened added a deeper layer of sadness. For those who have followed this family's journey over the years, the emotional toll was obvious. The young man's absence has left an eternal gap. His laughter, his energy, his presence gone far too soon. What remains is a deep ache, a lingering silence, and the memories of a life that once lit up so many others. His death is not just a family tragedy. It's a solemn reminder to all of us to reach out, to listen, to love fully while there is still time. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe for more updates and reflections as we continue to follow this family's journey. Until next time, take care of yourselves and one another.